Under layers of snow and ice, Oak Island is committed to keeping its secrets buried during the winter. The representative of Kellyo, another treasure hunter, is Dave Spencer. In order to get more accurate data than they did, Gary Drayton and the father and son team, Bob and Robert Leonard, are traveling to the frozen marsh. The team used the DeepMax X6, a sophisticated metal detector with a larger frame coil and mounted on a sled, last summer with the goal of finding metal objects up to 40 feet underground. The data gathered can be examined in a three-dimensional map, which may show the location of potentially valuable items. Lagena. They were hoping to get large numbers in the swamp near the northern end of the swamp, on land owned by Fred Nolan's family, and the team's commander is persistent and has succeeded in doing so. Lagena recently discovered a sizable wooden stake that was carbon dated to the 1500s and was thought to be proof of survey markers that were used to lay out the limits of a big construction project centuries ago. Fred came to the conclusion that Oak Island was originally two islands that had been intentionally connected by the triangle-shaped marsh. Dan and Fred hauled one up together, chopped off the tip, and sent it to be carbon dated. The team is thrilled with the findings but is careful not to become overly thrilled. They intend to return and run the detector once more to determine their current position. Through metal detecting tools and a methodical approach to excavation, the Oak Island team is committed to uncovering the secrets of the island's past. They hope to uncover gold, silver, and other priceless historical artifacts buried beneath the ice, and their work will remain essential in the continuous hunt for the answers to the Oak Island mystery. While exploring the enigmatic triangle-shaped marsh on Oak Island, Rick and Marty Lagena discover a survey stake that is verified and raises the possibility that it was created by humans. The stake is preserved from the bottom, giving it a sense of age and time. The stack's appearance impresses Marty, and her degree of suspicion decreases. The group is also asked to look into the ghost and curse stories from Oak Island. Rick and Marty zoom in on the first stake, which resembles a skull, 10 times. After hearing footsteps in a boogeyman but finding nothing, paranormal investigator Linda Harry talks about her encounters with the swamp and its mysterious aura. The investigators then take Marty and Rick to the swamp, where they had encountered odd, inexplicable events. Marrow. Jennifer. Because of the energy it emits, one of the investigators feels most uneasy in the swamp. She is concentrating on the trees there and feels that anything buried on Oak Island should remain undisturbed. 5 indication lights on one of the small green lights on the swamp can read electromagnetic. Some individuals think it's best to leave something buried on Oak Island alone. Jennifer is uneasy and keeps looking over her shoulder as though someone is watching her from behind. The researchers have detected a significant impact on the K2 signal, and they are interested in what they found and whether it was the result of a straightforward mechanical issue. Researchers are trying to learn the truth about the swamp's enigmatic nature after numerous people reported seeing unusual, inexplicable events there. The plot centers on Rick and Marty Lagena, who have spent excessive amounts of time and money on this quest but are not happy with the outcome, as they attempt to uncover a mystery that dates back 2 million years on Oak Island. Marty is worried that time is running out and that they should use the remaining weeks investigating other possible treasure sites because he thinks that if there is an Oak Island curse, it is at the Oak Island swamp. They have collected miles of data and run countless tests, all of which point to the existence of something strange beneath the acres of dark, brackish water. However, when the data is tested, the results are frequently definitive or vanish completely. Though they have not received any inconclusive data on any of these places, the team has conducted 2 types of GPR and the X6 and confirmed hits on a number of targets, including the top 4, the Earth and Berm, the Mercy area, and the new theory, the Enochian Chamber. Rick suggests that they dig something and dig it properly since he is tired of the swamp and wants to stop looking into it. Rick agrees to look at the data in the can and choose 2 sites to continue their inquiry. But Marty agrees because he despises the word "quird" and wants to stop using remote sensing. The group is still dedicated to their goal and will keep excavating and investigating the marsh. Starting with a moo and target anomaly on Oak Island, which they believe will be the first time they have discovered something resembling a ship's railing, the team is investigating a swamp in the Bahamas in order to find crucial clues and possible hideaway sites. Because it enables them to take an X-ray of the island from below on Swamp Road, the muon technology is fascinating. They discover a potential muon target that they think is worth investigating. Gary takes out a piece of wood that resembles the ship's railing that we discovered nearby that dates to the 700S or 800S. This could be a useful discovery for carbon dating. Steve and Rick are also curious about the muon anomaly, and they intend to contact him regarding the railing they saw. Rick and Marty are nearly finished with their search, but there are still some things they need to discover in the swamp. Gary discovered a number of relics near the edge of the swamp, but no metal. Rick discovered an intriguing piece of wood that is particularly noticeable. The survey stake is from this corner and is perhaps 10 feet deep. It resembles the stakes we discovered in the cobble route. The group is worth carbon dating for two reasons. A railing known as leading the witness is one example of something they think will come from the same age. The question is whether it will. The group concurs that excavation on Oak Island is usually beneficial because it yields surprising findings. In this week's episode of The Money Pit, they have finished the Idian anomaly and are prepared to move on to their next project, even if it isn't as fascinating as the previous two. They still have some items to study. In the northern part of the triangle-shaped swamp, Rick and Marty Lagena, their partner Craig Tester, and their team are investigating a 230-year-old treasure mystery. They have found a new pair of man-made features, a stone pathway, and a small cellar, or vault. The team is intrigued by the tight distribution of sizes, which they believe could be related to Anthony Graves, a farmer who bought most of Oak Island in 1857. As they delve deeper into the swamp, they find a square, vault-like structure submerged in the swamp. Its purpose is unknown, but they hope to learn if it served as a hiding place for Anthony Graves' belongings. They also find a piece of brick attached to the structure, which they believe is some kind of pipe. The team is determined to ascertain the age of this structure and its purpose because they don't know what else is down there. The following morning, Rick Lagena takes Tom Nolan, another Oak Island homeowner, to the enigmatic vault-like building. Rick thinks the construction has a hard bottom and a lot of brick, giving the impression that it might be a hiding place in the northern part of the swamp. Tom is amazed by the neatly cut slate and thinks it is a structure constructed to hold or hide something. Inside the vault-like building, Rick and his colleagues have discovered a handle from a chest that they suspect may be connected to the Spanish silver coins that former landowner Anthony Graves allegedly recovered on Oak Island. This might be a significant clue. The group is committed to solving the riddle and determining how it relates to the Spanish silver coins that were purportedly found on Oak Island. While investigating a swamp on Oak Island, New York, the team came across an unusual construction that has raised a lot of questions. They have a plan in place, but are unsure of how to go about it. One of the items they found is a hook that looks to be made of wrought iron, possibly constructed by Anthony Graves to protect a treasure he found underground. The team is thrilled about this discovery and hopes to learn more the following day. The team, which includes archaeologist Lar Nien and archaeometallist Emma Culligan, is working on a project that entails finding 3 items in the swamp. The first item is a wood grain-like structure on the handle that is believed to be a crank. The team is now examining a feature and artifacts that predate Anthony Graves' occupation of the property. The second item is a pipe with a slight manganese content that dates more to the early to mid-1800s. They are interested in finding out if they have found a treasure vault in the swamp where former Oak Island landowner Anthony Graves is said to have found Spanish silver coins more than 150 years ago. If so, who made it and what else might be buried deeper within it? The team thinks that because Anthony Graves paid for his goods with Spanish coins, the feature's goal is connected to him. They are committed to carrying out more research and finding additional hints on the building's background. The group is committed to learning more and uncovering additional hints regarding the swamp's past and future.